Okay, this will be an interesting one. It's a bit of an enigma what it is. I know what it's for, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know why it was made like this. But we're going to make it a dual colour job. We're going to start with black and yellow. And let's see if we can make this look interesting. But we've also got a serious commentary about it too, because it's a serious problem we are having in suburbia. So let's see how we go with this. Going to add some contrast, but not going all the way. Copy density. I think that's staying in the middle. I'm not sure how big to make this. I'll see how we go. Right, what is it? It's something that's kind of disturbing. It is. What the fuck is that? Well, I found this on a pedestrian button. It was sort of jammed in the edge there, and I thought, shit, is this real? Is this real scissors and real blood? But actually it's plastic. The whole thing's plastic and it's just paint. And as I suspect, this shit is made in China. So yeah, this is Halloween. Halloween has just been and gone, folks. And I absolutely hate Halloween. So we're going to talk about Halloween and the fucking how bad it is. I mean, shit, what the fuck is that? And why is there that piece in the middle? Is it meant to be like someone stabbing the scissors in you? What is this for? How do you use this? Enigmatic. It's strange. It's probably one of the strangest pieces of Halloween props I've ever seen. Very strange. It's strange how they've made it like that. I don't understand the purpose of this design. But Halloween is not good, because Halloween is basically, from what I know, it's a celebration of the occult, you know, about evil spirits and goblins and ghosts and shit like that. And it's all to do with death and mutilation, as these scissors suggest. So there's nothing to celebrate. Why do we want to celebrate something that's about killing and murdering and fucking making an art form out of it? Why is it so... Why are people drawn to this shit? Seriously, folks, why? Why can't we focus on beautiful things in this world instead of worshipping whatever these fucking stupid ideas that we have? But of course, we all know that Halloween isn't just Halloween anymore. It's not just trick or treat. It's a huge I don't know how much money they make out of stuff like this, or bigger pieces, but I suspect they make a lot of money out of it, and it's a huge money spinner. It seems that every holiday, every day of the year that's celebrated always has a capitalist following. There's always capitalists sniffing around, thinking of what they're going to do, what they're going to monetize next. And Halloween is just a huge, expensive rort for the people who love money. Now, this is no good. We were meant to close the dock feeder, so we're just going to stop it and start again. But basically, it's a huge money-making rort. So you're basically making rich people rich, and these people don't deserve it. This is environmentally unfriendly as well. It says made in China, so it's probably in some sweatshop. And the plastic, there's no recycle notifications on it. There's no triangles with the different numbers and the different names of the plastic. I assume it's non-recyclable, just as I suspected with Halloween props. So it's not good for the planet. Where do you put this shit when it's finished? What do you do with those fake spider webs which are made out of plastic? What do you do with those fake spider webs, folks? Answer me that question. How can you recycle? We've got a neighbour that's got those up in her yard. What do you do with that shit, that non-recyclable shit? Honestly, folks, there's so many props. There's a lot of electronic props and of course, disposing of them is something you have to be careful with, because it's electronic waste and it's wrapped in plastic. It's fuck me dead. I could go on forever talking against the environmental damage this fucking day has the potential to create. Honestly, folks, are people that stupid? Why do we want to buy all these stupid props? I mean, seriously, there's nothing good about it. And also the occult. getting back to the occult, that can become a mental health issue. Some people might suffer as kids, frights. They might have nightmares. Who knows? Some kids are sensitive, like kids with Asperger's syndrome or autism. And basically, or Asperger's, I think the term Asperger's has been replaced with high-functioning autism, but autism is a spectrum. But autistic kids are very sensitive to things like this. I'm pretty sure they are. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually spoken to them about it, but I know that certain things, I believe I have Asperger's syndrome myself. And the thing is, I find certain things make me feel scared, even though they're not things that normally associated with fear, but just the shapes and the colours, the sounds are just creepy. And one of the things I find really creepy is burnt plastic, and the smell is horrendous to me. It just sends me off into madness, the smell and the sound of it and the ugliness of it. Burnt plastic, melted plastic. And basically most people probably don't think that's scary, but I do. I don't like it. And that's an example of what an autistic or an Asperger person might think of something like burning plastic. So I can assume that there'd be a lot of frightful thoughts about the occult, the themes of occultism. So, but normally the things that are portrayed in Halloween are normally supposed to be, they look fake. So they don't scare me. I'm old enough to know that these props are not real, and they don't normally scare me. I don't think they scare me. But basically, they could scare a little child or a person with high-functioning autism or autism. You just don't know what... Or just the kids are just plain sensitive. You probably don't need to have autism or Asperger's or high-functioning autism to have this fear. Because a little child may not know that this is fake, that they might get scared. And who knows, it could cause mental health issues. So basically, and it could encourage people to become murderers or people to become homicidal. You know, some people become homicidal when they see stuff that's realistic enough. So you just don't know what mental health problems you're feeding into. And if you've got a mental health problem, you're likely to be stigmatised. So you don't want to have a mental health problem, folks, if you can avoid it. If you can avoid stuff like this that could potentially feed into mental health problems, well, basically it's good to not go near it, to treat it that it's dangerous. So it's bad for the planet, it's bad for the mind, it's bad for the soul. It's not soulful stuff. It's not like beautiful music or art. It's deadly. So basically, it's horrible. And of course, people in China get overworked, and they have to work in these. This stuff is cheap because the labour in China is cheap. So you're encouraging human exploitation for nothing. And basically, another thing I hate. I'm just trying to think. Fuck, I've forgotten. I'm having a mental block, folks. It's bad for the planet. Oh, yes, that's one more thing. Very important, folks. This is important to parents who are watching this video. That maybe some of the people, it may not be in your street, but it might be in a street that your child doesn't know. But there might be pedophiles preying on children, offering them lots of lollies for sexual favours or whatever. So you don't know what you're feeding into now. Pedophilia is a really big problem, and even men who are supposed to be Christian are often found to be pedophiles, like the Catholic Church. So you don't know, folks, that your child could become a sexual predator's dream on Halloween. Do you want your children to be subjected to pedophiles, folks? This is probably the most important part. Well, all of these things are important, but I know that this is a very important issue, that we must not feed pedophiles, or you shouldn't feed your children to the pedophiles. So there's a suggestion I want to make as to how to replace Halloween, feeling that your children are not happy, not trick-or-treating. Well, why not treat them to a bag of lollies? Why not buy the lollies yourselves and have them invite their friends around and watch some nice videos. Watch some videos, play some computer games, choose what you want to do. You don't have to be a victim to this rort known as Halloween. So I think I've just said my 10 cents worth. I wish you all the best, and please consider what I have to say. It might just save your children's life.